Dice su palabra honrando al Padre, al Hijo, y bajo la unción de su Espíritu Santo dice, entonces Jesús fue llevado...
We are not the typical Christian. We have done a lot of things, bad things.
A diario se podría decir de que son por docenas que se están saliendo de la fila de las pandillas buscando el camino, el correcto, ¿verdad? Que es los brazos del Señor.
Para nosotros siguen siendo pandilleros.
The hundreds of men you see here enthusiastically praying in prison were once part of the brutal street gang MS13 in El Salvador. Spearheaded by a burgeoning evangelical movement in the country, they have all converted to Christianity.
En el caso nosotros estamos en un penal, pero en el caso de salir de aquí del penal hacia afuera hay muchas tentaciones, pero sabemos de que nosotros somos hijos de Dios y de que mejor si podemos ayudarle vamos a ayudar. ¿Por qué? Porque ya el cambio ya lo hizo Dios.
For those caught up in the cycle of El Salvador's vicious gang wars, the church is the only way out.
Pues el ser humano me ha dado 71 años. 9. Estuve 25 años activo desde 1990. Yo al verme en un espejo, yo nunca creí que podía cambiar, habiendo servido a esas actividades del mal, a esa vengan, a esa pandilla. He visto infinidad de caídos, jóvenes, niños muriendo de 14, 15 años por no obedecer a un pandillero.
Christians receive much better treatment than active gang members in prison. It is one of the many reasons it is easy to convert inside.
Que hoy de verdad estoy agradecido con Dios porque yo siento que estuviera enterrado en el penal de máxima seguridad.
¿Por qué? Porque sabemos de que el hombre nos podemos esconder, pero del ojo de Dios nadie se puede esconder.
¡Gloria a Dios! Distrito Italia is one of the most notorious MS-13-controlled neighborhoods. It is so violent that government employees refuse to enter to provide services. Pastor William Arias, a longtime member of MS-13 who converted to Christianity, runs a small church inside the community.
Aquí tenemos 6 años de estar aquí.
6 años aquí.
6 años. La pandilla tiene 3 rumbos. Uno de ellos, pues, es la cárcel, el hospital y el final es la muerte, el tercero. Y la única salida solamente el camino de Dios. Y la pandilla sabe perfectamente de que no hay otra salida. Bueno, damos gracias al Señor esta tarde por regalarnos este privilegio tan especial de estar un día más en la casa del Señor.
William was one of the first members of MS-13 in El Salvador. He joined the gang in 1990 at 11 years old, brought in by one of the founding members in the country.
Razón me hice pandillero para que la gente me tuviera miedo y me respetara. Una madre en la cual que nosotros pudiéramos platicar, tener un tiempo con ella, como mi padre que solo pasaba ingiriendo droga o bebiendo alcohol. Y eso me llevó a mí a tomar la vida de la calle a los 7 años de edad, probar la marihuana, hacerme adicto a la pega de 7 años hasta los 10 años de edad.
He spent 9 years in MS-13, but was arrested and locked up when he was caught with a grenade.
¿No quieres un churro? ¿Ah? Dulce, chicle. Vete para adentro.
After surviving an attempt on his life in prison, William prayed and promised God that he would convert if he got out alive.
El día que salí en el año 2000, ese día me entregué al Señor, luego de haber pasado una vida muy difícil, muy dura.
William now sees it as his duty to reach others in gang life. These 2 boys, barely teenagers, are prime recruitment age for gangs. They had been lurking near the church and were persuaded to go inside.
Se me escaparon estos 2. Por poquito y me los trago vivo, pero no pudo, porque vino la mano salvadora de Jesús y nos ha salvado.
The boys accept Jesus, a small victory for Pastor William. El Salvador's decades-long battle with gangs has its origins in the civil war that tore the country apart in the 1980s. Hundreds of thousands of Salvadorans fled, with many ending up in Los Angeles and settling in poor neighborhoods. Targeted by black and Mexican gangs, Salvadoran refugees formed their own, giving rise to MS13 and their rivals, 18th Street. Stricter immigration laws passed in the U.S. in the 1990s saw hundreds of these gang members deported back to a country still recovering from the Civil War. The gangs took advantage of a power vacuum, and as they grew, so did El Salvador's murder rate, to the highest in the world. The gangs have wreaked havoc across the country, controlling massive extortion rackets and killing anyone who gets in their way. Members of MS13's rival, the 18th Street Gang, have also turned to God to escape gang life and seek forgiveness. Some former gang members have sought refuge in the Ebenezer Church, where they operate a bakery to survive.
Right now I have 11 guys living here. All of them ex-gang members. ¿Están viendo? Pelota.
¿Quién está jugando?
Este es uno de los cuartos donde los hermanos conviven. Es quizás como el único cuarto donde hay un poquito de espacio, donde ellos pueden dormir y tener sus cosas, como puedes ver, ¿verdad? No es mucho, pero pues tratamos de hacer lo mejor de ello, ¿verdad? This is like a temporary housing. They come over here, they get strength, they eat, they get little clothes. And if they have the family, then they leave, you know. They start their life, you know. Just like a helping place, you know. If they have no family, they have no economy, no one to help them, then they could stay. And that's the reason why these 11 guys are over here.
The program is the brainchild of Wilfredo Gomez. Gomez joined 18th Street in Los Angeles and spent time in prison before being deported. Locked up in El Salvador for armed robbery, he found God in prison after surviving tuberculosis.
When I first got out, like, I didn't have a place to go. The director and the guards, they're telling me there's someone here waiting for you. They're here to pick you up. So I come out the door, I see them, they telling me they were sent by a church. Next time you know, when I got here, they had a meal. Here comes pastor, and he was like, we heard what God is doing in there, and we're here to help you. And I was like, whoa, I never had a family. I never had nobody waiting for me, you know, when I got out of prison. Not even in the States. And I know we hear people that didn't even know me, they were waiting for me. The way they received me inspired me and gave me strength to continue on the right path. So that lesson right there, you know, gave me an idea, and I was like, why not do the same with others? ¿Qué pasó, pues? ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Todo bien? Sí, hombre. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo le fue?
On this day, Juan has just arrived, freshly released from prison after serving time on a host of charges, including murder and extortion.
Pasa adelante, vamos.
Yo creo en el Señor. Sé que no es fácil porque que nosotros encontremos trabajo es bien difícil porque piensan de que nosotros tenemos las mismas mañas que antes en algún tiempo las obtuvimos.
Aquí es donde tú, esta es el área que le va a ser asignada a él para dormir, aquí en este ministerio.
¿Y como cuántas personas tienen ya?
Somos 11 personas ya, de las cuales este es el área donde dormimos en cada una de las colchonetas y pues es lo que tenemos.
¿Cómo sientes?
Agradecido con Dios y en victoria como siempre, como le digo. Siempre agradecido, siempre con el Señor.
Vamos en esta hora a darle la bienvenida a un joven.
That night, Juan is welcomed to the program during a church service.
We are not the typical Christian. Over here you have people that done a lot of things, bad things. So in order for us to have a control or a secureness, we got to make sure that these people is really Christian. And how we do that? By having rules based on the Bible. Like over here, you're not allowed to do no crime. If I find out that you're doing something illegal, you're getting out of here. Such as what? Robbing. If you're smoking cigarettes or doing drugs, that'll get you out of here.
Though there are programs in prison, the government provides little to no help once these men are released. Despite the lack of resources, Wilfredo is hopeful.
For me, this is what worked. When I first became Christian, it was only about what, 90 of us? 70 of us, probably less. Now it's over 1,500 ex-gang members worshiping God in prison. A whole prison number of Christians. Something's happening. Something's really happening, you know.
For him, the church is the only way to bring peace to El Salvador's long-running gang wars.
I used to hate MS. I used to think about destroying them, dropping a bomb on them, like Hiroshima. But now, all I want to is preach to them and tell them Jesus loves them. I dream one day having an area or a building or a house where I could house both of them, where I could have MS and 18 together worshiping the Lord without any restrictions, without any fear in their hearts, and build their faith.